Hello everyone, today I'm going to be sharing a real side dream experience from my book Chronicles of a Cosmic Space Case. The PDF link for this book is below the description of this video. Dream 15. Death by a Carrot. In this dream, I was far younger. In my early teens, I would say, I found myself to be amongst a large group of individuals of a similar age, and the impression was then that we were in a school or a place of teaching, but more the feel of a school vacation, where the classroom of students had been taken to somewhere different for the day. For whatever reason this might be, even though the other students were of an appearance unfamiliar to me, I recognized them none the less, as they were the very students I had been with at school in this lifetime, and just as bothersome, obnoxious were they, much like they were 25 or so years ago, with me being one of the outcasts. Oddly though, one of the students was encouraging me, despite my social standing with them, to assassinate one of the teachers. He revealed the means by which this would be accomplished. He unveiled an inspiring gun that fired carrot sticks. It was bordering on the pathetic. Maybe the target would die of mirth, and even in the dream I asked him if I was in fact going to assassinate Bugs Bunny. He demonstrated that the gun was more fearsome than its appearance suggested. On pulling the trigger, the harmless stick of vegetable became a mighty spear of carrot with a razor-tipped end, and thudded home into the wall, inserting itself several feet. Seems I had underestimated the gun, and maybe would never look at a carrot the same way again. But then the very teacher I was supposed to kill entered. We swiftly concealed the gun, dismantling it and stashing away the parts. However, the carrot spear remained, protruding from the wall, and the teacher would enquire as to what it was and what it was doing there. I provided an explanation, but I don't think she readily accepted it. The scene switched to an open area. All the school students and I were departing from the building and filing out with some direction and destination in mind. Things would take another twist. No vegetables were involved, however, this time. We were all set upon by every variety of animal you could possibly imagine. Rodents, cats, dogs, things with antlers, large teeth, fur, and scales. From every conceivable direction they came. I was bitten, chewed, antlered, and clawed. I made it to a fence and was confronted by the biggest wolf surely ever recorded. Things were certainly going from bad to worse. As I clambered over the fence, I took the moment to note the peculiar nature of this wolf, as it snapped at my ankles. It looked like a very crude drawing, resembling a wolf, yes, but only just, almost as though drawn by the hand of a very young child. Then I awoke. Although the assassination by deadly carrot never then happened, I can't say for certain if I would have gone through with it or not. Interestingly, how the experience was from a perspective view then of a younger me, and locked in a system, a school system, where social status can certainly dictate the ease or lack of it by which you navigate through the indoctrination experience that is school. Perhaps then I am far more likely to do things ordinarily out of character or outside my moral compass, particularly as a younger person trying to fit in, if it will afford me status. Perhaps then it was a kind of set-up by the dark forces, maybe putting me in a place, situation, age, and state of being that would be more conducive for me to do such a deed, and thus reap potential cause and effect repercussions for it, as it was literally like I had been transported back into my created consciousness of 25 years ago. I know the dark forces can set up situations to grab our attentions, and thus our agreements. Maybe they are getting a little more elaborate in their deceptive snares. Maybe then, because of how it transpired that the teacher wasn't slain by my hand, the dark forces were most displeased at this opportunity lost, and so a more direct assault was instigated, and that's why it was suddenly like call of the wild out there. Why the last wolf looked so strange, I'm uncertain. However, when I had a dream I recounted before, one in which the dark forces tried to replicate a version of Gwen, my mother, my awareness allowed me to see through the deception, and I saw her as distorted, unfinished. Perhaps then my real self, on close scrutiny of one of the animals, revealed them to be creations of the dark brats, using the forms of animals, but not the real articles. That had I considered this literally, I just would have thought I was under attack from random wildlife, and not perceive the real culprits. Dwayne provides a view to state that things were out of character was appropriate in the experience. Out of character. I caught onto that. The drawings and holograms, or whatever, the faceless dog that was after you, they are not too good at their creations. They are good at technology. But technology is a distortion with the all-natural environment very real. Even though we have nice houses, cars, all this scientific technology, it all seems amazing, but it's actually a distortion compared to what the real guides provide as demonstrations. They come out lacking perfection because of the awareness. The holograms and the characters that the influence, the dark side, the cabal, the reptilians, or whatever create, they are not as good at it as they think they are, even as they try to be. Just like we see in this society and on this earth here. Things look a particular way to the personal self. The buildings, cars, roads, cities, we marvel at these things. But really, compared to the true reality life is, and the endlessness of the real universe is, this is all a distortion. And once you stand in a real position with your real awareness, you won't want anything to do with any of this stuff, because it's all distortion, even if it looks good to the personal self. And so, sing the new you song. Watch your dream visions, and let the whole of life and the real universal guides show you what is real now. New